Hey, hi, how are you? Hi, so best views. Okay, I think this might be spam. I don't know how to delete this, but please don't pay attention to this comment. Hi, hello, welcome you, and welcome back to this Global Hack Week. This is my first stream for this open source week, and I'm so glad to be back again with you. Um, it's an honor to be here, people. And, well, sometimes the adherence of the topic of the week it's best for me. Sometimes it doesn't. And this time, the open source week is just great. I mean, I love open source. I share a lot of the principles they have, um, and even for free software, which is not the same as open source. I think I share that philosophy, and that's a thing I really enjoyed. But for me, it is a complicated time due to a lot of other responsibilities I have. So this time I only had the chance to prepare for you two sessions. These Git extensions that might sound weird, but let me get clear what we are going to do during this session. And another that is that I titled "Improve Your Open Source Projects," I think, and that will be on Wednesday, same time as this. But also, I will have the Tetris minigame tomorrow, same time as this. So if you want to come and chill a little and play some Tetris, I know you're experts on Tetris. There's one hacker I haven't beat any time. I can't remember the name right now, but I'm sure if I see the handle, I will recognize it at the moment. But yeah, let's start with this. And as you know, I like to start with some comments that you have for me. For example, here I see hello from Alex Guzman. I think it's Guzman. I'm just guessing, which is Gus or Gucmn. And for that Guzman, I'm guessing you probably speak Spanish, same as me. I remember if this is the first time you're on a stream that I host. My name is Alberto, and I'm from Mexico. Sam Fan says hola. So, hola. Um, Mukesh Pan says hello. Hey, hello, sorry. Sam Fan says 404. I don't know. I don't find it. But yeah, let's hope for 404 to be here any moment. One of the very and well-known students, Sparky Circuit, messaged me that will be around here. So I don't see his comment yet. So I hope he gets to the sessions. Let me start sharing my screen, and you probably will see these more often. Um, and if you know, I'm looking to this second monitor I have right now. It's a little change I made to my layout for this session. I probably will have this on Wednesday too. But yeah, you will get used to it. Same as me, actually. I hope. So here we are. And another thing I wanted to say is that you are probably seeing a lot of these more often in these global hack weeks because we want to improve for you, and we are preparing this material, for example, like these slides I can share at the end of the session and everything. So well, more material and more prep time for you guys. Finally into Twitch. I'm 45. 145 again. B says I'm finally logged into Twitch. That's great. I remember your profile picture, but I don't remember. Yeah, thank you, Ashish. Thanks a lot. That's a really weird handle. Why it's Ashish? Oh yeah, I get it. The four, it's the A. The five, it's just me being silly. Uh, great, great handle once it makes sense. Uh, so that's all the comments. Let's continue. Git extension for students. And well, I prepared this with the template of the GitHub Campus Experts because this has a lot to do with GitHub. Git and GitHub are not the same. That's something that you must have very clear. Same as Git, it's not all for open source. Open source is not GitHub. There are three different things, but they go together very well, right? It's like, I don't know, like thinking of paper tissues without thinking of Kleenex, for example. Um, I don't know. I don't want to talk about more branding, but the thing here, it's these Git extensions are connected to GitHub and they are for making open source great, right? So, for get things clear, um, we will go over that. But first, I think it's a very important thing because I always remember this to introduce myself. Again, my name is Alberto. I'm your Majorly Hacking coach, but also I stream here on the Global Hack Week. We have uh, almost every month on the manually hacking Discord. You can find the announcements and everything. I'm a mechatronic engineer student. I'm a GitHub campus expert. And what does that mean? Well, I can provide support to my local bands, and GitHub makes a lot of effort supporting me and my local community, and that's just a great thing for this company. GitHub, I just can speak good things of them. Um, I'm a photography enthusiast, passionate about coffee, and you can find in every single social media with this handle, Alberto47, and that's my link tree if you want. Let's start with this. You have access to thousands of professional tools for free while you're a student. Great news if you haven't heard of this. And this is called the GitHub Student Developer Pack, an initiative from GitHub Education. And in this initiative, well, let's open the link. You will have access to many sources, discounts, courses, and all. Well, for example, we will check that. Um, benefits free. Okay, let's open this. No, this is the GitHub plan. Oh, okay, don't worry. We'll check that in a second. Um, these benefits and these professional tools you can access, you need only four requirements, which are having a GitHub account, be at least 13 years old, and be currently enrolled in a degree or diploma course, etc. Be a student in short works and a recognized educational institution, and be able to provide a way to prove it, right? The documentation for that. So we start by setting up your account. I give you this recommendation myself, which I always give when I tell people to claim their student developer pack. It's that if you have your GitHub account with your personal email, that's great. That means you created your account probably for yourself because you wanted to explore, learn Git, and have all your repository in the most popular remote repository, which is GitHub. But if you have it with your educational email, that probably means you have a really great teacher that forced you to create your account. And both are great. The best recommendation, if you're a student, is to have both. Here, for example, this is just an example screenshot. This is not my mail. Edward Dorm at gmail.com. This is the personal mail, but also they have the educational email, right? And both are enrolled to their accounts. And this is important. Why? Well, you have the personal because remember, not all the time you be a developer, you will have access to your educational email. So the best thing to have is your personal email in order to ensure you have access to that account forever you are a developer, all your life, I hope. And then why to have the educational email? Because it helps you to claim your student developer pack in a more easier way, because these .edu mails, for example, are in a list, so it's easier for GitHub to know that if you have this mail enrolled to your account, you are probably an student. But also, they ask you for this identification, like for example, your credential or I don't know, like. Schedule a document that proves you're a student, right? So these steps, and then after a very short period now, because I have to admit, they used to take their time for this, but now it takes I think no more than 72 hours to get this approved to your GitHub application, and that's all. That's the process, and that's the requirements. It's easy, right? Once you have it, you will have access to, I already spoiled you, for example, your GitHub Foundation certification, which it's free, totally free while you're a student. This certification gives you, well, it's from GitHub and it proves you know how to use these GitHub foundations, right? You can access this for free and you can prepare it with all the tools and all the documentation, the videos, and everything via these GitHub education student developer pack, right? So, sorry, my voice. Now, let me drink some water while I read these comments. Rotate 1 degrees. What do you mean, like rotate? I mean, like, do I have to flip the camera or something? Local media player and YouTube. Cut rejector from the fifth time. Well, what do you mean, like campus expert? Great, thanks for sharing. Education.github.com. I will appreciate if you use this link just for merely hacking purposes, which is hack.ac/GitHub. Let me just type it really quickly here on the comments. HTTPS hacked.bac/GitHub. Yeah, just it's great. You shared this, but please try to use the other one instead. Thank you so much. I will share yours. um, Fab free domains. Yeah, actually, they have a lot of cool stuff. What if I'm not enrolled in a college but learning my own? Oh, well, I know those cases. Unfortunately, these forfeit for the majority. They have added this filter. While I think you can mail. I think in the page there is a contact section, and you can try to ask for yeah, for your access to the pack. Uh, but I'm not sure of that. I will just say to you that go ahead and try it. You don't lose nothing. And you can claim individual free trials, but not student developer pack. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Alberto. Hi, Malik. How are you? Please ignore my username to see my name. Okay. Yes, Campus Expert program. No, I know. It's really, really hard. It took me more than 1 year, I think. But don't worry, you will get it. I'm pretty sure of that. Uh, okay, great. I think that's all the comments, and I already drink some water. Nice. So you have okay. No. Oh, well. Again, I spoiled myself. Um, once you're here, you see this. For example, I requested already 2 times. Um, it gives you 2 years, so you just have to apply every 2 years while you're a student. Um, for example, this was 23, this one's 21 then, and this one's was on 2019. Yeah, exactly. Uh, in October 25, I will probably need to get this again done. But let's go to the students part. Let's see the solution. No. Oh, I want to see the benefits. Let me see where this is. Uh, Home, maybe. Oh no. Oh, there was the explore more offers. Oh no. Okay, I didn't see this existed, but now I see a section here in the home, and that let's take a look at that. For example, here your claimed offers. That's interesting. I didn't know I keep track of this, but for example, I use MongoDB. So that's a great thing to have. And if you use MongoDB, same as me, well, this is really cool. I use GitHub Pro for, of course. I used one password. Actually, I tried this for over a year. Now I'm paying for this because the tool was so great. Uh, I just love that. GitLens, spoiler, we're going to use this. Open source, Git Kraken, Icon Sage, and GitHub Copilot. But if you want to check more and what other things you can get for this, and well, just the amazing opportunities you have just for being a student, here are here they are. They group them on this experience, for example, foundations. If taking advantage of this, we are on the open source week, intro to open source, AI prompting, technical writing, security, Copilot, Primer, the code spaces, the Visual Studio Code tool, career readlines, hackathon in the cloud, into the web, data science, machine learning, developer operations, Flow, GitHub Flow, profiles, the launchpad for the readmes, and well, all the offers. How many are there? The last time I checked, there were 89, I think. But just say many, a lot of many. JetBrains. JetBrains is free for the students on the Student Developer Pack. Notion, you can access Notion. Actually, I know you can access Notion directly if you go to Students Notion or something like that. But they recently added the Notion on the Student Developer Packs, and it's just great. GitHub Copilot, of course. If you have been in an event recently of the merely hacking, you probably know Copilot. It's part of the student developer pack. We encourage you to claim your pack, and we teach you how to set up Copilot, how to use it, what's on, or how to say this, how it's built from its core. We teach you a lot of things about Copilot. You can check that. We probably had a Copilot session during this level hack week. It is one of the first one always. So go check the recordings. DigitalOcean's offer you $200 in platform credit for a year. Namecheap, you have two offers here. For example, the first one it's 1 year domain with a .me TDL name, and the second one it's your one SSL certification for a year. The Microsoft offers, I'm not going to read all of them, but just check this great list of tools. You see, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And well, if you miss one, here, the link Malik probably, sorry, Ashish already shared to us. Rejector for the fifth time in 3 years, and now more chance. Oh, no more chance now. That's so bad, buddy. I sorry. Um, I'm not sure of that rule. Why do you mean no more chance? Because you have 1 year, less than 1 year left for graduating? Because I know that's the only strong rule for that. How many domain can we take from GitHub, especially from the Namecheap? From Namecheap, I think it's only one. Yeah, right now they have two offers. One domain here, but for example, for domain.com, build a live domain. You have another one from .tech domains. You have a .tech, and the list goes on. So go ahead, check that. But the one that uh, matters most to us right now, it's this one. Intro to open source. Let's check this experience or this bundle. And what do they have? These benefits that includes, um, they have these related sources that are already good to check, and they are really good. These open source guides, the open source, which is what I already claimed, good first issue, etc. Well, in these benefits, we are going to talk about the GitHub Pro. And we mentioned GitHub, it's not open source fully, but it's the home of open source, like all the great projects. Well, not all, some of them lives in other platforms like Gitbucket or GitLab. That's right, but most of the code in the world is in GitHub. That's the truth. That's just the truth. It's not a matter of who's better, whose preference. No, this just numbers. Most of the code in the world it's in GitHub, and having a free GitHub Pro account while you're a student, it's just a great thing to have. Travis, for example, it's continuous integration platform. If you don't know what those means, it gives you the abilities to automate your process in deploying. So you just handle this with GitHub, like You make commits, you separate branches, you join this, you publish, and when you have that in your main, that means it goes directly to deployment, for example. That's just a use case, but yeah, having this ability to make the continuous integration with Travis, and that's just great. You want to check more options? There's GitHub Actions. For example, I love GitHub Actions. I actually use more GitHub Actions, and you have them with GitHub Pro. Like you have more things with GitHub Pro. These ones too are very similar. I want to clarify, but we will check the difference. Git Kraken and Git Lens. Let's take two apart and let's continue. Visual Studio. These coding packs help you download everything you need to get started, blah, blah, blah. This is great when you're starting. That's the difference between downloading it just directly from the Visual Studio page. And the GitHub Code Spaces. Haven't you heard of these code spaces? You don't know what code spaces are? Well, let me give you a quick tour, really quick, because this is not what we want to focus for this session. But well, not yeah. Actually, it makes a lot of sense to have knowledge of this. Let's imagine I give you repo. Or you are working together, collaboratory, people, blah blah blah, or you just want to work in your own stuff, in your own open source projects. Well, let's go to my repositories. Not the top. A language test, current key framework. Let's take this for example. This one we use for global hack cloud. Another incredible thing I didn't know you had. Sorry, how to say this to get you excited. Do you know Copilot worked on VS Code? You know GitHub Copilot worked on your terminal, right, in your CLI. But did you know now GitHub Copilot works directly on GitHub? Uh, excitement, excitement phase. Because I access this repo and I have this button here at the very corner. It's small, I know, but you can see it. And I can open Copilot Chat. Now, Copilot Chat gives me context of no, sorry, not gives me. It has context of this repository. You know, this is in beta, right? Because they just are testing this. It's a release, and we probably will hear of this on the GitHub universe. It's coming up on November. November? Yeah, I think it was in November. I don't want to lie, but just check when the GitHub universe is going to be. I'm pretty sure they are going to talk about this release fully. I don't know if you all have access to this. I mean, all the Copilot users. If you're not a Copilot user, of course, you won't have access of this. But I just heard of this feature from Juanpa. If you're watching this, Juanpa, hello. Juanpa used to be the campus expert manager worldwide. Now he's working on a very interesting initiative on open science, which is an initiative from GitHub, and they are trying to make the science more accessible to all the people in general, because the old science, the institutions, the formal education, it's as you probably know, for example, our great friend, School Grade 5 says, I'm learning my own. So you probably don't have access to a lot of libraries of papers, research and everything that schools pay for. Um, But well, check the initiative for open science that it's from GitHub, and they try to make science more accessible, right? Taking advantage of that. Great. Hope you are great too. How many domains? GitHub plus BS code on the web. Yeah, exactly. That's a great short answer for the what code spaces are. But let's return to this, and we will get to the code spaces. Now, I just want to show you this great feature of Copilot. We can ask whatever we want about this repo. For example, what does this repo do? Right? That's a pretty common question, so we don't even have to type it. Just Copilot gives us the result. It's reading. I couldn't fetch a README file or any repository topics from this. Please ensure that the README file exists and the repo settings allow topic retrieval. Okay, so here, based on the content, and you told me what does this report does. Okay, apparently it doesn't. That's why this is better, right? But I don't know. We can ask for how I run this project. Okay, and this is giving me a list, not just a list, but a plan of how to do this. We have to install dependencies, we have to get the Firebird configurations. For that, we need to install that and run the project, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's great. That's just great. And I wanted to share with you this because I didn't know if that's uh, how to say this, like published, announced by any way. You just it's a curious stuff that you can see. Actually, you could see that on a TikTok, or if you make TikToks, you probably need to make one of these. Like, did you know you can do this in Visual Studio Code and sorry, in GitHub, blah blah blah. Another of those incredible things is that, for example, if you're here and you type a dot, that's a shortcut for opening the code space, right? The web editor. Let me open the a new tab. This okay. Internet's going slow. You seeing because we are setting up our line editor. Do you know how I do that? Remember, if you're on a repo on GitHub, just type dot the dot keycap. Another way you can go here, code spaces, and no code spaces found in here. Create a code space here based on main, or we can clone, and there's some other options. Code space configuration, dev containers, set up previews, manage code spaces, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's create this on main. And this local editor, it's like it was the first idea the GitHub team had, like opening Visual Studio Code directly on the web, right? Um, and this started to be very popular, and they introduced then code spaces, which is the difference between this plain code editor, like let's say this a plain Visual Studio Code for the web, and the code space. Well, let's give this a time to load, and I will show you the difference. Once this load, I will go back. I just need a quick break, but don't worry, I'll be around. Hey, I'm back. So I think this. Nope, it probably doesn't. Okay, but okay, right, nice. It's loading still, but don't worry. Um, I will cancel this just to for the sake of my internet connection. But the big difference between this plain Visual Studio Code I just opened with hitting dot here on on the repo, or between creating the code space actually, it's that help is for code space, for example. The code space, it's your Visual Studio Code, yours. It has all your extensions, your shortcuts change, your setup, your configuration, all yours. This one here, it's like the same, or it should be the same, as the one I have downloaded here in my computer. If I just hit here and open VS Code, that will be the same, right? And I will prove it, for example, with this code space symmetrical. You see, I have the Spanish language back, and well, let's close this, and I'll open the Visual Studio Code I have. Oh, it opens on the other. Okay, nice. This extension installed. These are all those I have. The code spell check. Well, that's mine. No, right. Um, and that's it. So symmetrical space potato, symmetrical space potato. That symmetrical space, it's not just a name out in random, because it means you can get all your changes done in local to the code space, and that just it's huge. But that's true that you require a good internet connection. So we can return now to and these ones too. You can check that later. But now we can return to the Git lens and Git Kraken, right? And that's what I had here on the slides. We can go to http www.gitkraken.com/GitHub Student Developer Pack. Actually, let me try to copy. Oh no. Okay, don't worry. I will write down here. Alberto, like it's ready on the web, but I don't know how full extensions. But you, I don't have full extensions. Yeah, the extension thing is the one I was talking about with CodeSpace. The plain Visual Studio Code it's great, but the full advantage of have the CodeSpace is that you have all your custom Visual Studio there on the web. So we can go to https slash slash www.gitkraken. And while I write down this, tell me, have you heard of Gitkraken before? Let's open the link here. And here's the link I just shared. Tell me, really, please, have you heard of Gitkraken before? Um, to be honest, I heard of it at first when I started studying Git, but actually didn't try it. And when I try it, I get disappointed because it was not a free tool. Free in between quotes, right? Because of course they have their free trial, but the cool features and the ones that get my attention wasn't that free. But thanks for the GitHub Student Developer Pack, we have Git Kraken Pro for students. And they call themselves the DevX platform. If you're not familiar with what DevX is, it's developer experience. So this is not a tool for the user, for the end user, the final product. No, 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 no. This is for us, developers, to have a great experience while we do our stuff. This developer platform gives us support for all the um, uh, JetBrains IDs coming soon, not yet. Visual Studio, desktop, on the CLI, the terminal, the web, mobile, and as a browser extension. We can call and we can download Git Kraken on desktop, and it depends, of course, or your flows. Like if you like to have separate applications, for example, and this comes the same with the terminal, right? For example, in Visual Studio, um, do you have the terminal inside Visual Studio, or you have a separate terminal open in your computer? In preferences, and you have seen me working, I have both. Like I have one terminal for the computer that has nothing to do with the project I'm working on, and I have another terminal, for example, for running the project servers, making comments about GitHub, and etc. inside the project. But I have all that living in just Visual Studio. So for me, it makes more sense GitLens for Visual Studio. What's the difference between GitKraken and GitLens? Well, I think the people of GitKraken can answer that question better. But in practical terms, I found these two very similar. Let's watch this 40-second video. Nice. I want to take back to this part here. This one. Remember, GitHub, it's not the only one, but it's the most popular. We have GitLab, Gitbucket, the ones that I don't recognize these symbols. But just to mention, this is a tool for Git, not for GitHub, right? So let's see now the one from VS Code. So I hope you get the idea. These both are almost the same, like really pretty similar. So you have to choose which one fits better with your flow. Check for features. If they have only things for one, then that doesn't come to another. But I think the main things, the resolve problems, the visual history, the graphical way to check the branches, the history, and the commits. Both are here, right? You can choose the terminal if you want, or if you prefer doing that on web, they have gittracking.dev, which is like a dashboard for all of this. Um, you can visualize, you can focus on the things that matter, as they say. You can collaborate, connect. Well, uh, besides having a great product, they have a really great page to explain all of this. Um, well, the product gets really complete, and it makes a lot of sense to be a paid product. Uh, but for you, again, great students, this is free. And you can check the tools, planning tools, developer platform resources, pricing. I don't want to check that for the moment because well, for us it's free to use, and I'm pretty sure once I finish my time as a student, this was one of the tools I will keep using. Like I just love the product. So that's why I wanted to share with you, of course. So let's create a project and see this in action. Okay. It appears on another window. Sorry. So I don't know what's happening to my computer right now. Um, okay, it take this time. Um, and now let's create a git sample. Yeah, I want you to check this git lens extension, how you can download it. It's going here on the extensions, git lens. You can click on the page I just shared. Um, git lens supercharge. It's a powerful open source extension for VS Code, blah blah blah. Switch to pre-release version. Free experience of new features. It's Git lens free, although they are free to use on all repos, except for some features that are marked for Pro and Preview. Let's check those features. Once you, it's the powerful features, blame, cut lens, and hoovers gain a deeper understanding on how code change and by whom from the editor. Let's open an example of that, but I will need to be a collaborative repo, and I don't have a public right now. Um, Let me check something. I will do that on another separate window to ensure I'm not sharing sensitive data. Mhm. Okay, yeah. For example, this one. You can see I have this project. I have blah, 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 blah. And for example, I want to say, oh, who commented this line? This line should be commented. Well, Git Blame says you 2 months ago with this commit message. So okay, that's me, right? So this blame feature, it's great for that. Um, File annotations, toggle on demand whole annotations for discrepancy, revision, side reviews. So that's this is where we get to the pro features. Commit graph. Visualize your repository and keep track for all the progress. And for that, to make this more expressive way, let's create git init, initialize an empty repository. Nice. So let's touch dot git ignore file. Let's touch readme.md file. Let's touch and what else we need? An index.js, for example. A touch no, sorry, index.html file. What else we need? Touch the env, for example, and a touch dot env dot example. Nice. So in the git ignore, we need to add the dot env and git status. Let's git add all of this, and let's git commit, and this will be a repo setup. Nice. But now let's think. We want to make this on a great Git flow, right? Let me make this bigger for you. Nice, thanks. Oh no, this one here. Actually, I'm going to delete this one. So let's git checkout minus b to a new branch that will be called feature slash home or login. No, sorry. Yeah, home. And in this new branch, I will have this copilot create the HTML base of a home page. Nice. So we want this. We accept this. This is the changes we have. Now we say create the JS file for the homepage. Nice, no? I don't want to check what this does right now. Actually, this doesn't matter. This is just like lorem ipsum for us. But here on the ignore, blah blah blah. So sorry, we I don't want this right now. So I'm going to say git add all of this, git commit. This will be ready the home page, right? Cool. So let's get checkout to main again. And here on main, actually, the good practice will be create different branches and well, put or sorry, merge this branch to main at the end. But well, here let's say we are not that good developers. Um, Git no sorry. I want to add the README because of course we don't have it. Uh, and I'll say add README for web page of music instruments cells. Right, so this doesn't matter. but we are going to add this and git commit um, readme edit, right? So right now I'm going to add another git checkout minus v feature, and this feature will be uh, db connection. And now I will say new file, um, store.js, add connection to Mongo using env variables. And just like that, right? So we need a Mongo URI. And here on the example, we add it and we say blah, 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 right? So we had that git add dot git comment and db connection, and that's it. Git checkout main, and at this point we want to check let's open these features again. Commit graph pro. So let's open git lens, get started with oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I have this. Get started with git lens. Start here. I don't know why this it's not connected to my account, but well, they give us a better explanation of what this is, right? For example, file annotations, inline blame, and git code lands, use 6 years through this PR, the git commit graph pro. This is what I want to show you. The sidebar status, this one here, the launchpad preview, which is around here. Cut suggests, this is under preview, cloud patches, preview, the work trees, git cracking gore spaces. This is also preview, visual file history. Uh, I want to be really honest. I don't use this that much because I found it a little bit confusing, but it looks terrific. If you watch this on someone's computer, you'll say that person definitely know what he's doing. Um, Git Kraken Labs, etc. Let me see why this is not connected to my account. Setup. Git commit graph. Okay. No, it was. It is. It's so weird. GitLens Pro. Yeah, manage account. Open. Just let me check. This is connected to my account and everything's fine because this was weird. No, yeah, okay. It is. Student. Perfect. Well, I opened. Yeah, I have Git Lens Pro. So, huh? This is all of it. This is the branch. So we start on main. We set the repo setup. We create a feature home branch. Then we return to main. And from main, we create the DB connection, right? So now I want to merge these two branches, the feature DB command, the feature DB connection, and the home feature. So let's make that. Let's check out to feature. What's the name of this? Home. And now I'm stepped here. This is the current branch. And we can inspect the details of the commits, but let's close that for a second. Revert, create branch, insert, switch to commit, reset current branch. Okay, let's git merge feature db connection. Please enter a commit message. This is the commit message I want to share. So the points X, save and exit. The merge was done perfect. And now we need to git checkout to main. And from main, I'm going to git checkout again a new uh, branch called fix, or no, feature again. And this will be a feature add static, or no, yeah, add statics. And we create a new folder, static. And inside here, I'm going to create an image.jpg, which is empty. New file will be an image2.jpg, and a new file called image3.jpg. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and now I'm going to make this wider so we can see. Okay, this way. So we have the main, we have the README at this point in time. Of course, because we create ready, Then after the feature, in main, we create the feature DB. We merge feature DB, who was born from the main, after we added README. And now we have here in progress, because of course we haven't uh, committed this git status. The static file, it's on track. Git add, git commit project statics. Nice. So that now it's confirmed. Here, commit message what's project statics, and under this branch, let's think I want to create another commit, right? So git add, sorry, but for that I probably need to add another file, which can be image4.pg, and this goes here, git add and git commit. And let's say this is the missing file. And now I want to git merge the feature home, right? Because it's the branch that contains both feature debit connection and previous commit that of the home page. And the commit message will be merge feature home into feature, sorry, yeah, under the branch feature add statics. That's correct. That's perfect. Now we're ready to go to main, and let's merge the feature add statics. And that's it. This is how the branch or the tag of the graph commit um, works and give us the whole project visualization. Let's go, says Chile02. So, this far, what do you think about this tool? Like, do you like it? Do you find it interesting? You don't think you will like it? You're anxious to try it? Let me know. Um, let's see here. I want a bigger screen to have the git graph. Oh, actually here I'm working just myself, of course. Oh, sorry. That was me sneezing. Um, Here, that was working just me. But for example, if we work, of course, in open source, we will work with plenty people, and this is how it should look. It's just amazing. On the timeline, you will see these commit history. Right now, this is just for today, so October 7th, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, yeah, 8 commits appearing here. Unpack the why behind every line, because these explanations helps a lot. Let's say that not only if you work in um, how to say, in teams, but when once you work in a project, you have been working for a while, you ask yourself why I did this, like why I put this line here. You can see these commit messages, the reviews and etc. Um, and it helps a lot. Unlock the pure and code reviews. Yeah, of course. Iterate on feedback, manage multiple repos. This is work. This is really fine when you have big projects. Code with momentum. And again, I haven't find this as informative as I wished, but it looks dope. Stay in the zone with the minimal disruption, and no, they didn't have what I wanted, which is again the list of the what I don't want to do is like this. Go ahead and close things. Okay, I didn't want it, but apparently I will have to commit graph the work trees, um, laying code in laying annotations. Oh yeah, of course the things that are here at the bar at the bottom bar they are all really cool. So let's go to the no. This is the source control directly for Git. The Git lens. This is the one that's huge. Launchpad. Waiting for review. Oh my god. This is from 5 years now, so I think I should resolve this at some moment. Commits. Oh yeah, it integrates great here with the source control. Inspect code suggest. Oh well, this could be cool if you don't have Copilot, but now that you have it, huh. Visual file history by due. There are no editors open can provide file history information. Search compare. All the links. Uh, I don't know you, but I don't like, for example, the git diff command that shows me the uh, differences between the files from one commit to another. So this changed file, this comparison side by side with graphical colors. With here, for example, I had nothing, and then I add all of this. I just love this. Like this disappeared, this was added. That it's another cool thing to have in mind. So that tool, that this extension, this one comes with the student developer pack, and it's great. I just love it so much. It's part of my developer flow. It makes my developer experience better. And if you're not a student, if you have no enrollment on a uh, recognized educational institution, don't worry. I have some suggestions for you. Just let me look for them. This is the one we already talked about. Git Lens, the Git Supercharge. That's amazing. We can already find the Git file history, which is another extension. This is between quotes new. This is one of the newest extensions. Of course, you can find many ones that are more newer than this one. But what I mean is that it has gained popularity very recently. It has a lot of installs, not that much like this one, for example. But yeah, it has a lot of installs, so you can trust this. Uh, Great reviews this for, and well, this graphical way to check the Git file history also it's a very interesting thing to have. Um, I don't think this is open source because not many people become a baker. Yeah, I don't see that much uh, participation of public here, but let me check. I may be wrong. Yeah, open collective. Yeah, no, it is for what I think here. Thanks to Grocery Stack. So we have great projects supporting these other project, people contributing, and no. Um, so I'm sorry, I take back what I mentioned about the not being open source, but yeah, this file extension it's great too. Git Live, uh, well, this is more focused for um, how to say this collaborative experience, code review, merge, repeat with the people you want to invite. This works great for what I have heard with LiveShare. LiveShare it's another sharing or live sharing extension for Visual Studio Code. I'm sorry for focusing on Visual Studio Code, but the truth is that it's another great standard. Like for those one using Beam, that could be annoying. For Sublime, I don't know. Like I don't know why a lot of these extensions are not developed for Sublime. But yeah, this works great with Visual Studio. So let's close this one too. File history, we can close this. Git Automator. Um, Git Automator gives you the advantage of giving these shortcuts, so making your life easier with Git because you watch me. I have to type a lot of things, and yeah, as this message says, this can be good for lazy people. This I think it's great for you when you work with your own projects, like for yourself. I won't recommend this a lot working in collaborative projects or open source and things like that, because I think you need to put more attention at what you're doing, um, and just like that, right? So get an eye on this if you can like this. The last one, GitGraph. GitGraph makes this tool we mentioned about giving you a graphical way to check the flow, the status, the lifespan of your project. But the advantage of this one is that it's free and it is not. On comparison with this one, it's not that great. It has not all the features. It has not um, all the advantages. It has other things on other features that are interesting. But yeah, I mean, I just want just to share with you, for example, the alternative. If you're not a student or you cannot access to the GitHub Student Developer Pack, well, this session wasn't a waste for you. You can check this. this extension too and check the how it fits to your flow, right? I think that's the main reason or the main idea of giving a session about this. See how people use the tools, how you can integrate it with your flow, and then give it a chance to try it. Mm. Fascinating center. Another spam message. What an interesting. This is the first time it happened to me. But thanks for the thanks for the message, Malik. Here. So let's return to this. Um, well, yeah. That's all that I had, and we can continue. Um, there are more recommendations. Of course, I mentioned Git file history, Git Live, Git Automator, Git Graph. So, questions, people. I would like to see if you have any questions regarding my own floats, my chat or your chat. Um yeah, like if you have any questions particularly like hey I do this way but I haven't thinking I don't know maybe there are different and better ways to do like this I recommend you to check a lot this other and the not the intro let me check the git flow now I can close this now github flow lightweight branch based workflow. These this is just great. I use this even of work, and I want to share it with you. It's really quick. Like you just have to dedicate like over an hour to learn the GitHub flow, and it is a very good practice to implement that on your projects and in your um, collaborative projects. If you don't, like if you have thought before, like, why are we calling this commit like this? Why are we calling this branch like this? This message, this commit message, don't tell me nothing, and I don't know what you're doing. If these kind of thoughts have happened to you before, check GitHub Flow. It will help you a lot on that. Um, More interesting things to share. There are many naming conventions, let's call it this way, for the branches, for the commits, even when you make a pull request, how or the template for filling that. Uh, and that those are things interesting to have in mind because if you didn't know that existed, well, good news is now you know, and the next time it's your turn to host a project or to start implementing good practices in your next project, well, you now know thanks to the Global Hack Week and this session that you can check that, right? So, people, time is still left. Check my website out. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure, I can check that and take advantage of this time that no one is asking nothing. So, come on, Malik, share it. Share it and we can finish with that. That's all I had prepared for you. Let me share the slides. Global Hack Week Manager. Okay, it's https slash slash Malik 99 dot github dot io slash global hack week slash mlh slash manager. Hey, can you share a little bit more context of what this page is for, Malik? Based on this global hack week manager made by Boyd schedule, and where does this redirect? Okay, nice. This is really cool. A submit challenge. Okay, I loved all these links and they come really handy. I have to admit, because sometimes it's hard to remember all of these, hey hackers, these forms to be doing challenges. Amazing. This is a great tool to share to the community, Malik. I recommend you to add a little bit more of styles here. And, well, of course, uh, yeah, it's a manager who links easily. That's amazing. I recommend you to share with us the repo, make it open source, and I can make some contributions by adding some styles here, and I don't know, maybe adding another updates to make this perform better. But I love it. That's really cool. It is on GitHub. Sure, share the link. Share the link. And taking advantage of this project hosted by Malik, I'm going to redirect to the schedule to invite you um, to the next session. I'm here, Gate Extensions Unit for Students. So join Carrie, yeah, Carrie. To set up open source mobile part two, it will be 6 a.m. on CST time. And, well, I think this is the last one from October 7th. So see you tomorrow on October 8th. We also have the Tetris mini event tomorrow for myself. Yeah. And after that will be open source in education with Kerry again. So keep track and keep an eye on the schedule, and I will see you in a very short time. Oh, here's the link of the project. Great. Expect the pull request. And Chile says, thanks for the session. No, thanks to you for being here and for spending this time. It was a pleasure, and I will see you in a while. Bye bye.